Hey guys, and welcome to your spiritual path reading. Let's see what this energy is that the spiritual realm wants to talk to you about that is concerning your spiritual path, all right? You could be a storyteller, or you could be watching videos about storytelling, wisdom, tradition, or history. There could be a storyteller in your family that is popping up in your dreams. This could be an ancestor trying to get you to remember your past life, to get you to remember who you are, who your people are, to get you to remember who your purpose is. All right, you could be an observer. I feel like some of you have that observer energy, like you don't say much, you just watch and kind of like peep the scene to see what's going on, you know, trying to feel the vibe, trying to catch the energy and the frequencies that you feel. For some of you, there's a lot of cards that fell. All of these fell, so we're going to go through those. We have receive, preparation, draw, and embody. Some of you are about to receive some information, some sort of guidance from an elder, all right? But for some of you, I feel like you may be stubborn and you may not want to receive this information, or you may have been done wrong in the past. So you're in this energy where you're like, you know what, I don't even think I could trust this person, or I don't want to trust this person, and or I'm not going to allow myself to trust this person. The universe is letting you know up front that you can trust this connection. Now, this is definitely something that you prayed for. So if you do not trust this connection, you do have to realize that this is going to be on you. Okay, this is not going to be on the universe. This is going to be on you, because the universe has set you up in a position for you to receive this. All right, we have voice, expression, tool, and captive. Maybe you are coming to a point in your life where you're beginning to use your voice more. You're beginning to speak out of your throat chakra and not let people dim your light, dim your voice. Maybe you are in the season of taking your power back. I do feel like this is connected to some of you, maybe not all of you, who are seeking fertility, and or some of you who are pregnant. I do feel like that. I did just say this in a baby reading, because for some of you who are seeking fertility or who are already pregnant, or TTC, I feel like for some of you, like your spiritual path is connected to your pregnancy. And then for others of you, I feel like your spiritual path is connected to what you're trying to do within your life currently right now. So for some of you, you may be in that tower moment, but you could be in this tower moment because there's something that the divine is trying to show you, but you're not doing what he needs you to do. You're not following along with the guidelines because you are being stubborn. All right, we have cultivate, nurture, attentive, and we have mindful. All right, so I feel like some of you may be planters, you may be gardeners, or you come from people who are. I do feel a grandma connection. Maybe your grandmother was a gardener. I also feel like your grandmother has been trying to communicate with you lately. That could be whose voice we have here too. I feel like I have empath. I believe some of you are empaths. You feel a lot of energy, you have a lot of compassion, but I also feel like some of you have compassion for the wrong people, and this is what they're trying to show you. And they're also trying to bring you into alignment. So we have practice, ritual, and knowing. Some of you are into your practice, some of you are into your spirituality, and some of you are not. And for some of you, you're not, like I said, you're having that tower moment because you are not doing what you need to do within your practice. All right, we have the truth teller, we have authenticity coming out, All right, so like I said, I believe there's someone who has come to you or someone that you feel drawn to who is very authentic, but you're too much into your ego. And it's not like you're even speaking, it's more so like your ego is speaking for you. You know, like you can't even talk to them, to whoever this person is, or they can't really talk to you because your ego is talking. You're not allowing them to do what they are here to do. Like whoever this person is, they are very well seasoned in their practice and they're really trying to help you. However, you feel like they need you when it's not like that. It's actually the other way around. The divine, your spiritual team, has put this person into your life to help you, but you're so stubborn and you're so cocky that you won't allow them to help you. So this is ultimately why you're bumping your head right now. And then for some of you, I feel like there was something that you were supposed to do and you didn't do it. Okay, so you put yourself in this sort of isolation. You've been avoiding your spirituality. You've been trying to shield yourself against people who were actually meant to help you. And it's like your intuition is not really clear on who you need to associate yourself with and then who you need to pull yourself away from. And I feel like that's only because you've been used so much. We also have restore, rehabilitation, balance, and clearing. All right, there's something that you need to restore. There is something you need some sort of like spiritual rehab. And this could be because over the years, you know, or through the time that you've been into your practice, you have been working with people who are online, and a lot of those people have been fraudulent. Okay, so you know, you haven't been able to receive what you need to receive. For some of you, we have the mother energy coming out. All right, for some of you, you could have lost your mom. For some of you, you could have lost some mother figure. This could have been a grandmother, a aunt, or any just woman in your life who gave you that motherly energy. All right, this person wants you to know that they are okay. They are doing well. They do, in fact, miss you. However, they need you to go forward because there is something that they need you to do to help with this, with your family lineage. Whether you were related to this person or not, there is a path that was chosen before you were born, and it's time for you to complete that path. And as long as you do not complete that path, you're going to continue to go through the things that you're going through. All right. We have duality, balance, and awareness. Once you are aware of what your path is, what it is that you're supposed to do, it's up to you to do something. If you do not do anything about this, then everything pretty much falls on you. Not probably, it pretty much falls on you. And then there's really nothing you can do but to do the right thing. We have the traveler. It's time for you to get out of your feelings and expand. We have partnership, value, reverence, and flow. Some of you are more focused on where is my partner? Where is my man? So I can start my family. But how can you start your family? How can you have your man if you're not yet healed over the things that have already broken you? And you're going to find these things out through your spirituality. It's like your ancestors, the spiritual realm, the divine needs you to find out who you are really, because you have lost yourself in so many of the things that you've been through. You've been the person everyone needed you to be and not the person that you were put here to be. That's what I'm receiving. I feel like once you do what they're supposed to, what you're supposed to do, you're gonna embark on this overflowing feeling and be fulfilled with joy, all right, and love. Because obviously your partner is coming, but your partner is probably being held off because you are not handling your spiritual duty. All right, guys, so here are going to be the last few cards. We have community, connection, structure, and value. All right, Now, these last few cards are very important because I literally just told you guys that there was a grandmother energy, all right? I told you. Who told you? I told you. There was a grandmother energy. You come from a community of people, a line of ancestors, maybe not no one in your family now who practices, who's in their white, who practice voodoo. Because a lot of the people in your life currently, they may believe that voodoo is evil, it's bad, blah, 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 blah. But these are all things that they either seen on TV or heard from someone, not something that they've actually gone through. Voodoo is actually used for healing and helping, breaking curses, things like that. However, there are people who use voodoo who we call bokors. And a bokor is technically a male who practices voodoo. But people who practice in a dark aspect of voodoo, they don't speak for everyone who practices voodoo. All right, as you guys know, I practice voodoo. I have been practicing voodoo since I was 5 years old, and I am not an evil person. That is why you guys are here. So don't believe everything that you hear, all right? You have to kind of get to know people for who they were. Just think about if I judged each and every one of you guys based off of whatever, and I didn't get to know you. You get what I'm saying? You have a rite of passage here. There's a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and honor within your bloodline. And your bloodline needs you to go ahead and listen. They're giving you messages. They are the foundation. They are the bridge, all right? And they're trying to connect you with your rite of passage. However, for some of you, you're in your feels. You've been told that it's evil. You've been told all these different things. And you don't want to take part in what you're supposed to take part in, all right? And that can cause very big problems, okay? And I feel like some of you are going through those problems now. A lot of you may be struggling with work, having a stable job. You could be struggling with obviously finances. You could be struggling with somewhere to go or live, should I say. You could use, for some of you, you may not even be able to keep your phone on, your bills paid, things of that nature. And I'm not saying that your ancestors are doing this to hurt you. I'm not saying that they're doing this to punish you. They're trying to do this to get your attention, all right? Because the truth of the matter is, one thing that I've learned in spirituality is that the spirits have to do things to get your attention. When they have your attention, it's like, okay, now she's listening. Now he's listening to what we're trying to tell them. But they have to take you through a set of events back to back to back to back to back. So this is why it feels like for you, one thing's happen, something gets better, but then it gets worse again. Because you're not listening. You're not doing what it is that you're supposed to do. In your mind, in your mundane mind, should I say, you have in your thoughts, in your ideology, what you're here to do on this earth, not understanding, not understanding, or not overstanding that God has had a calling on your life way before you were born. Okay? And for some of you, you're not tapped in the way you need to be tapped in, so you're not understanding that you even agreed to come here on earth to do these things, to break these generational curses that are on your family. You don't remember. And this is because before we're born, our memory is erased. But this is also why we dream. Because in our dreams, although our physical body is asleep, our external body, which is our soul, is very much awake. All right? And for some of you, you may be in a situation where you're like, why am I always hungry? Why am I always hungry? So you keep trying to feed yourself. But you're not understanding, or overstanding that it's not food that you need physically. It's what your spirit needs. Your spirit needs to be fed spiritually. So your spirit is hungry. It's hungry for knowledge. It's hungry for wisdom. It's hungry for what it longs for. It's hungry for being back into its rightful purpose. You have things in this life that you are supposed to do. You are supposed to make a massive change on this earth, but you're not doing that because you're hard-headed, because you're into your ego, because you're stubborn. And because you're stubborn, you're sitting in a position where you have no choice but to listen. The divine, the spiritual realm has literally taken everything away from you. Everything. That way you have no distractions. You can't talk to anybody. Your phone may be off for some of you. Not all of you. And this is not a projection. It is only a reflection to what is going on into your life. If this reading is not for you, bypass it, leave it alone. Don't comment. It's not for you. If it's for you, you understand, and overstand exactly what I'm talking about. Because for some of you, you've been neglecting your spirituality. For some of you, you have been making contracts and agreements with the spirits. But then the moment you get money, the moment you receive whatever it is from them, you forget them. And you go do whatever it is you want to do. You make it your business to go out and have fun and to do all these things. But when it's time for the spirits, oh, you have an excuse. Oh, well, I can't do this because of this. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have the money. You had the money, but you used the money for pleasure. You didn't use the money for what the spirits gave you the money for. Now you have to see what it's like to need their help and not be able to receive it. All right? You can't go to your community and then ask for things, and then they give you these things because you have the rite of passage, but then you don't listen. They're telling you to listen here. Baby, listen. Stop talking so much. Close your mouth. What you doing all that talking for? You doing all that talking, but you're not doing, nobody's listening. You missing the message. You know, and some people love to talk. Oh, I know I need to do this. I know. Do you know what you sound like when you literally say, oh, I know what I need to do. I'm just waiting on confirmation. Okay, then why are you here? If you know what you need to do, then why are you going through this? No one can tell you nothing. Like, you're so stuck into your ego. Like, you want to be put on a pedestal, but you don't want to do the work. Okay, you have to put in the work. Like, they can't keep doing it for you, and they're not going to keep doing it for you, which is why they're telling you. And I need you to understand your partnership, your relationship, your joy, it comes after you take this road less traveled. Peep game. This is the road less traveled. We're in a modern world right now. People are not trying to get back here to the community, to the ancestors. So many of you are afraid to pray to your ancestor. You're afraid to talk to your ancestors because of what others have told you. Is not your grandmother, the woman you love, your angel? Is she not an ancestor? What's evil about her? What's evil about your mother? What's evil about your mother? She is part of your community. These are women who are part of your community. What's evil about them? Why do you think people tell you that it's evil? People fear what they don't understand. People don't know. People are just running their mouth talking. And people just running around listening and saying, you know what, I ain't gonna do that mess. That mess is crazy. That voodoo stuff is crazy. Yeah, it could get very crazy. But it depends on whose hand is behind it. Not everyone whose hand is behind it is a bad person. So that doesn't mean sanctify a whole religion and classify a whole religion and practice with something that's bad because you don't understand it. It doesn't mean that at all. But that's what a lot of people do. They classify things as being bad and then they don't even understand it. So let's see what else. Where is that deck at? Because some of you got some like real good spiritual gifts. So let's see what those gifts are. Some of you have precognition. You're being called to explore the prediction of the future events, no matter if it's a few seconds or years into the future. That needs to be put out there. And that could be you putting it out there on the YouTube platform. That could be you putting it out on Patreon, or any other platform that you're currently on. We have spiritual decor consultant. You're being called to explore clearing balance and maintaining the subtle energy fields within a space that supports one's purpose through design and decor. We have shamanism. You are being called to explore working as a spiritual teacher and healer who can move between the worlds as a messenger to bring wisdom and healing. Now do you understand how serious your purpose is? Now do you understand why the divine, the spiritual team has to intervene in your life so you can see what your path is? Spiritual adornment. You're being called to explore creating talisman, creating jewelry, and other spiritual pieces for enlightenment and protection. That's your duty. And you're neglecting it. Ruins. You're being called to explore the ancient Norse method of divination, using the alphabet to assess higher guidance and to see into the future. Spirit board. You're being called to explore working with a talking board to communicate with the spirits that have crossed over on the other side. Spiritual engineer. You're being called to explore using your problem-solving skills and your knowledge of spirituality, psychology, and science to bring much-needed solutions. Spiritual house cleaner. You are being called to explore spiritual cleansing and bringing positive energy to space by removing negativity through various methods. Again, can you not see how powerful you are? Claircognizance. You are being called to explore and tune in to your gut instinct when you just know, but not sure how you do. Share that wisdom. Peacemaker. You're being called to explore using your skills of diplomacy, ideals of fairness, and comparison to find fair solutions. Psychometry. You're being called to sense and read the vibration of objects and people through touch and connect to memories of the past. Akashic records. You're being called to explore the Akashic records to provide powerful insights and guidance. Spiritual writer. You're being called to explore sharing knowledge, insight, and wisdom through written words or bring clarity to healing. Clairvoyance. You're being called to explore what you see in your mind's eye, whether that is the past, present, or future. These mental expressions have much to share. Plant medicine. You're being called to explore plant medicine to bring healing to the body through its therapeutic properties. Psychic healing. You're being called to explore psychic healing and spiritual healing to improve one's condition, no matter if you're focusing on the mind, body, or soul. collective, y'all are so powerful. Like, I stop doubting yourself and stop listening to other people. Let me see who this is for. It's a lot of y'all who this for. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Some of you are males with a beard. Sir, you're being called. Some of you have long curly hair. Some of you have dark eyes. Some of you have hazel eyes. Some of you wear glasses. Some of you wear hats. Some of you have dark skin. Some of you are very attractive. Some of you have green eyes. Baby, did I not tell y'all at the top of this reading, this is for people who were pregnant and trying to conceive, TTC. I be knowing that I know that I know. I always know that. I tell you no lies. I'll tell you a story, but I won't tell you a lie, honey. High cheekbones. Some of you are obese. Love the skin you in. Some of you have a peachy tone skin. Some of you have fluffy hair. Some of you have a pointy nose. Some of you are petite. All right, some of you wear the handkerchiefs. Some of you are fashionistas like me. Some of you are women. This is going to be for male and females. None of my readings are just for women. Some of you wear makeup and some of you are men. All right, collective, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Keep your negative comments to yourself. I'll see you guys in the next one.